I'm Emma Curtin, host of a new true crime podcast called Murder Archives. It's set in Toorak in 1929 about the murder of Norma Reese McLeod. Search for Murder Archives where you're listening right now.
Oh, well, it's New Year's Eve. Sorry, New Year's Eve. Well, I was going to tell you about New Year's Eve.
You say happy, given that we're recording this may well be a little bit down the track.
Yeah, but
well into the it's still.
But it'll still be January.
But there is a sort
sick
of
and tired,
sort of like a cooling off period that you can't.
Yeah,
that you can, but you can't really. But
I'd say Happy New Year. That's right. It gets to February, you can't say it.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
did you?
I didn't do much at all, but it was funny because my 15-year-old son wanted to go to a party in the park. He goes, Dad, on Instagram, there's going to be like 40 or 50 people from school in this park. Can I go to this party?
How old is he?
15.
Right.
I'm like, oh, and his mum's like, yeah, look, you can go. I said, I'll drop you off and I'll suss it out. Oh, you can't get out of the car, Dad. I'm not going to get out of the car and wander around like my dad used to.
So from a distance?
From a distance. And so anyway, he's excited. He's got some snacks and a can of Fanta. 2 cans of Fanta.
Like his dad.
Yeah, like his dad, exactly. And so I drive past the park and there's like 6 kids sitting in the dirt. And it's like, oh, God. It looked, from what I could tell, miserable, right?
Yeah.
This is about 8:30 at night. So
long night.
My wife's like, don't get there too early. Oh, it starts at 8. Don't get there at 8, right? Yeah. Anyway, he gets out of the car and I just drive off, right? And then I drive down a really long street, then I U-turn, then check it out again. He's just sitting there with them they're not even sitting on a park bench, he's sitting in the dirt. It's like, this is like a great party. By the time we get home, like, I go to the service station. Yeah? He's got a phone. They all got phones. He texts me, Dad, none of my friends are really here. I said, well, do you want me to pick, this is all on text message, do you want me to pick you up? Yes, but I don't know how to get out of this party.
Lifelong problem.
Lifelong problem.
Yeah.
And because, you know, I'm a big fan of the Phantom, where you just go.
Right, yeah, boom.
So I gave one of my techniques. I said, this is what we're going to do. This is all in text messaging. On approach, I'll ring you. You answer the phone and go, oh, God. Okay. While you're still holding the phone, you look at them and you go, I've got to go. And then you just walk off. And so,
good.
So I ring him up. I go, I'm here. Can you see my headlights? And he goes, oh, okay. I'm going to go, guys. And then he comes running to the car. I go, how'd it work? He goes, oh, it was great. He goes, as I was walking off, they started a conversation about something completely different. They've forgotten me already. So the old O'Neill techniques, they work.
I don't know. I don't like they've forgotten me already part.
Well, he didn't really know a lot of them. And there were kids from other schools there.
The thing is,
the party had built up to 7 people.
Oh, no, I'm not having a go. I'm just saying that, it's their problem in a way that they...
Yeah, they weren't valuing his presence.
Yes.
That's right. And so it's just like, look, I mean, I think it's a good policy, and I think when you're young, you do get. He said he gets FOMO, fear of missing out, with these parties and stuff.
At that age, you do, absolutely.
Oh, it goes into your 20s and your 30s, but
yeah.
you come to a point where you get to our age where you go,
oh, please, can I miss out?
Yes.
How can I miss out? I plan my exit as soon as I walk in the door. I go, there's a door there, there's a door there. And then sometimes you get out the front door, and then there'll be people out in the front garden smoking.
What are you doing?
Where are you going? Yeah. You're not going, are you? Come here. Get you in a headlock. No, I wasn't going. So if you're with your partner, she's got to go.
Oh, no, but their partners are a problem because they want to say goodbye. I say, don't say goodbye.
Once you say goodbye, once you start, you got to do one, you got to do them all.
It's another half an hour.
Yep, it is another half an hour. Especially if you can, you get near the door, you look at the door and you go, if I go now...
Oh, man, I could be gone.
I could be gone. And then you hesitate, and then someone comes over and goes, oh, g'day.
Yeah.
Have I told you about... Anyway, New Year's Eve, we...
What'd you do?
I stole your idea, which was... we only had one friend over, because she's single, and we said, look, you can come over, but 10 o'clock is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Which you used
That's
to
what
do.
I've said to the kids. Yeah, 9:30 is New Year's Eve.
But you don't want. You used to wind the clocks forward, didn't you?
No. Oh yes, I've done that method too. Yes.
When they're younger, you wind it forward.
Yeah. You go, oh look, it's already midnight.
Yeah. Whereas, so we just said 10 o'clock, and I'm thinking, oh well, they're having a few drinks, so they'll probably settle in. It'll be all right. I tell you, we got to 10 o'clock. It was like she was hypnotised. As soon as 10 o'clock came, she goes, I'm ready to go now. Because I was going to drive her home, which I did.
Yeah, right.
So I picked her up. Pretty good service.
I tell you what, you're a good Uber driver.
Yeah, and then, and I was pretty good with the conversation. Picked her up without Selena. and then drove back, chatted, good, and then took her home again, all good. Came back, watched the TV show, watched the final, watching, what are we watching? Escape from Danny Moore.
That's great.
Yeah.
How good's that show?
It's great.
It's on Stan.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
That's Ben
Stiller directs it.
Great
It's
effort.
about two guys that get out of prison, escape out of prison.
It's pretty easy.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
I think the woman from it is
Patricia
suing.
Arquette. Yeah, Tilly. Yeah.
She's suing the production company for
Oh, really?
for the way she was portrayed.
Wow. Well, she was portrayed in a pretty bad light, so...
You reckon?
Well, not really, but she was having sex with the prisoners. Anyway, is that the music? Spoiler alert.
Hello and welcome to Somehow Related, and now please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Well, welcome to the podcast. Somehow Related.
First one for 2019.
Oh my God, yeah. And
Because some have gone to air that were probably, let's be honest, were recorded before 2019.
This is fresh.
This is fresh.
This is like a Easter bun. It's in the shops now. And it's Dave O'Neill and
Glenn Robbins.
And we just get two topics that are unrelated, and we've got to work out how they're related. Let's get the topics from our Sam friend.
The topics are Al Capone and Milk, thanks to Kristie, who emailed us. She said, I am stuck in the car in traffic on Christmas Day on the way up to the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and your podcast is a great help.
Ooh, thanks, Kristie.
Kristie. So let me get this straight. Do you reckon she was stuck on the Sunshine Coast?
I tell you, I've been stuck on that highway sometime when I go to my brother's wedding or something. Yeah, there can be some traffic up there.
Yeah, that's right. You can be. So it's obviously given her some little bit of relief.
Something to do.
Something to work. Because the great thing about this podcast, and let's be honest, you can play at home. We don't encourage,
Googling.
wagering or, putting bets on or dares on it. If you get it right, you have to drop your pants and run around. Or none of that.
No.
Well, if you want to do that, then fine.
It's fine.
We don't encourage it. But people say to me, that they stop me in the street and they say, aren't you that guy from? And
Somehow related.
I like it because I learned something.
Yeah.
We all learn something. Thanks to Sam, because Sam, she doesn't take a holiday. She's diligently out there looking for new ideas.
Going through Wikipedia, Googling stuff constantly. So Al Capone. And Milk. Well, I don't know much about Al Capone, but again, it's via TV that I know about him from Boardwalk Empire.
You do know a bit about him. Well, you know all your history from TV shows, Vikings.
Mainly, yes.
Yeah.
Boardwalk Empire, did you watch that?
I watched the first couple. I didn't click over into the
Second
world
series or just Into the World. Steve Buscemi played the main guy.
Yeah, great actor.
It was Atlantic City in the Prohibition times, so the 20s and 30s.
Can you hear that?
The siren.
Oh
my God,
that's appropriate. Wow.
It's Al Capone. They're getting Al Capone. So Al Capone was a big gangster in Chicago.
What, the 20s, the Prohibition?
20s, 30s, yeah. And he I know, but people liked him. He was a bit of a...
Well, he gave a lot of money to charity.
Robin Hood character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was winning people left, right and centre with the money that he gave to charity. And even, so publicly, people go, you're right, mate. You're okay.
Yeah.
Little did they know what he was... Well, they probably did know, but they're going, on the face of it, you're doing some good stuff.
Yeah. But he was a pretty vicious criminal, wasn't he, Al Capone? I mean, I don't want to get whacked, but, And what I've seen from Boardwalk, he wasn't a nice guy. I don't know much more about Al Capone. He was just a big gangster.
Yeah, he was a gangster who did good and
he went to jail though for tax fraud, tax evasion or tax fraud. I saw that in Boardwalk or a movie or something like that. They didn't get him on murder or anything. They got him on tax reasons.
And then
so he was obviously running a lot of businesses.
Dad died in prison.
He died in prison.
Died in probably of pneumonia or heart failure.
Okay.
One of those.
All right.
Have you?
Hang on, Sam's got some information.
Yes.
Al Capone died in prison after a cardiac arrest. It could have been avoided, but he hated needles and refused an injection of medicine.
Okay, so he didn't like needles.
There
That's interesting.
Big tough guy.
Didn't like needles.
Didn't like needles. How do you go with needles? I'm all right.
I'm fine with needles.
You'll find you watch it go in?
No.
Do you turn away?
Yes. Like when you get blood taken out of you, that's a needle, isn't it?
Did I tell you when I tried to give blood the other... Not give blood, get blood taken for a test?
What happened?
First go, didn't work. Second go, didn't work. And they're not allowed to have two cracks.
Really?
Then they have to go and get someone else. They can't. I think they can only have two cracks.
So they have to find the vein, don't they? They whack
and you should drink plenty of water and you should have a little exercise before you go. but couldn't bring another girl in. And then they stick it in and they start looking around for it. You're going, oh, God, that's really hurting. So then she finally gets a little bit, sends it off. I get a letter from the pathology company saying, wasn't right, need more. So I'm going, well, I'm not going back to that same place.
No.
So now it's the third time, and I go in, because the two that had done me were like in their 20s.
Yeah, you want an experienced nurse.
Oh, hang on. I did go back, and the guy I said, how long have you been doing this for? And he goes, about 6 months. And now I showed him the letter, which said the last one didn't work, and he broke out into a sweat. He's going, we hate getting these letters because it means it's going to be hard. He tries twice. It really hurts.
4.
And then he goes, I'll get someone else. You know what? No, I'm out of here. I'm not. So I leave it a couple of days and then go to another place. I walk in, the woman's about 65.
Great.
Put my arm down, bang, straight out, job done. I'm not having a go at anyone, but not, but when you
want to go to the millennials again?
Well, just,
An older health professional.
Yeah. She chatted away about making jam, which was,
Great topic.
And she was going home to make jam that afternoon, and blood came out, job done.
Bang.
Anyway, so Al Capone. I used to go to a gym where shady characters.
Oh, mafia types.
I don't know. I wouldn't say they were mafia types. I would say, probably the term known to the police, perhaps.
Oh, do you talk to them? Because they often love comedians and footballers.
Yeah.
They love a bit of show business, those guys.
Yeah, and then I would go to sometimes they would have the fight nights, and then you go along.
Oh, they'd love that.
Oh, yeah, you just don't want to. And everyone turns up like they're, on The Sopranos,
Yeah.
How you doing? Hey, everyone's hugging and kissing everybody. And, hey, Big Johnny, yeah, Johnny 2 times. How you doing?
Oh, you met Glennie over here, Glennie Robbins.
He's a boy. He likes
He's
the
a
box.
TV friend.
Yeah. So
well, I know one of my friend's kids went to school in Moonee Ponds at a Catholic girls' school where a lot of the dads were, underbelly types.
Yeah.
And the head nun didn't like, because some of these dads would pay the school fees in cash. and then at one assembly, he said the head nun got up and said, there are fathers of some girls here who are technically unemployed but drive Mercedes. And these men are not role models for you girls.
How dare she?
Like, she just really went them, and everyone's like, oh my God, she's going like the mafia. But the nun, see, if that was in Italy or in Ireland like 30, 40 years ago, you would just been killed for that kind of stuff. But now in Australia, I assume the mafia guys just go, did you hear what sister?
I've been watching a series on the Pope at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So corrupt.
Oh, man.
So corrupt. Vatican? Look, I mean, seriously, back in the 1500s, big parties, plenty of money, plenty of shady types coming in there.
Oh, God.
You could buy your free. If you did something wrong, you paid the church a bit of money. They go, okay, what do you call that? You're still going to heaven.
But even one of the teachers at school went to a Catholic school actually around here when she would have gone in the 60s. She said the nuns used to just bash the poor kids, and the rich kids, they would not go near them. Because they go, that's so and so's child. He's donating money to the school, whereas you whack 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 whack. She said it was just corrupt back then. That was the 60s, into the 70s.
I'm going to give you another whack.
Have you been to the Vatican?
I've been to Rome, but I don't reckon.
Did you go to the Vatican?
No.
Oh, God, last time we went on a tour. Had I told you this before? And my wife was sick, and so this was like last year.
Yeah.
And so we had to go on this tour of the Vatican. I said, look, I've already been to the Vatican twice, and I'm not a Catholic, and I don't want to go again.
And you went again.
Went again.
Took the kids to the Vatican.
Oh, my God, it was so crowded. And Michelangelo's, you go into Michelangelo Chapel, but it's very heavily policed. It's hilarious. So you've got a lot of tourists from China and Japan using selfie sticks and trying to take photos, but there's no photos. And so there's constantly these Roman guards going, no photos, no photos. And then over the PA, you just hear this every 5 minutes. Silenzo, in the Sistine Chapel. Silenzo. So it's very uncomfortable.
What do they think's going to happen if you do a selfie with Michelangelo?
Oh, man, they're very anti-selfie sticks in a lot of... You go to the Louvre.
I got to admit, it does kill the vibe if there's a lot of sticks wandering around the earphones on the end of them. Yeah.
Well, milk. I love milk. I don't drink it a lot, but I do. I have it on cereal.
From what I'm told, a friend of mine said I'm a positive, and he does diet based on blood
Is this
type.
your food map again?
Food map. Well, he whether I listened to it, he said you can't drink milk. You can't digest
So you don't drink milk at all?
Oh, I do.
You have coffee, don't you?
I have coffee and
cereal.
Yeah, but I usually have almond milk.
Almond milk.
Is that? It's a manly almond milk.
That's
though.
a waste product.
It's a double whack. It's a double short.
It's just almond water.
It is. It says on the box, guaranteed to have 5% almonds. You're going, really? You want to admit to that? Only 5%?
I did a gig for Almond Farmers.
Oh, you did? No, I don't.
Yeah, I told you, remember? Almond Farmers. And I said, what's the go with almond milk? And they just laughed. They think it's a great joke. But it's been good for them. Because I think it was a waste product and now it's been turned into
what produces, what makes them, what waste product of making, I don't know.
I think they just squeeze almonds, don't they? And that's how they get almond milk. Is that how they get almond milk? I think it's how they get almond milk.
Geez, it'd be hard if it was like making wine. You'd have to sort of stomp on them.
Stomp on the almonds. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Ow.
But no, you know what I love? A milkshake.
But you would have been a big M chocolate milk guy, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, not chocolate, man. Banana.
Strawberry. Banana.
What was your flavour?
I'd go chocolate. And I've got to say, people who work on guys who worksite guys, chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Once you start drinking, it's cold. You can't stop.
Man, it's great. You know, in South Australia, they're more addicted than any other state.
Really?
When I did a gig in Whyalla, I noticed there were lots of youth walking around with big, like some of them walking around with 2 litre things of chocolate milk. And I said to the taxi driver, "Are they putting something in it?" Or he goes, "No, it's just they love the chocolate milk.
Yeah,
they love it."
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love, but you know, Big M. I used to love it when they'd introduce new flavours. Blueberry, remember blueberry? I did research once. There was also they did bullet milk, which was licorice and chocolate.
Oh, gee.
They did lime.
See, what is it now? It's chocolate, strawberry, banana.
Chocolate, strawberry, banana, and in an egg flip. You can get egg flip occasionally. I met the guy that.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I met the guy who flavoured the Big M's. I had him in a radio studio, and he wore a white coat, and he talked about the flavours in terms of notes. He goes, "This has got more of a coconut note," and he was like a professor. And then he left us all the he goes, "I'm working on new flavours here."
Top notes are banana. The bottom notes are more coconut, and there's a little bit of oaty cinnamon flavour in between there.
Yeah. So I mean, we've talked about Blue Heaven before. There was Blue Heaven Big M for a while.
Imagine if you worked at a place like that. Imagine if you were like a taster. That'd be a good job for you.
Great job.
You would be a great, not going to say junk food, but
food creator.
Food like Matt Preston.
Yeah.
Of chocolate milk.
Yeah. Critique.
Dave.
Critique. I would love to like make it. Remember when Hamish and Andy made a new chip? They made a new.
They made which was
gravy.
That's right.
Gravy.
Yeah.
But I thought of some good flavours for them, which I reckon would have been good.
Which were?
I had like. You know what? I don't want to say that my ideas have been stolen, but they've been stolen. Garlic bread, I thought of, which I've now seen.
Garlic bread chips.
I've seen garlic bread chips. I reckon that's a good flavour. Garlic bread.
Garlic bread. Idea.
What were the other ones I had? No, I didn't have gravy. I didn't come up with gravy. I've got to admit, they came up with that one. Chicken parmigiana was another one of my thoughts.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you see a lot of experimentation these days with chips. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on.
But when you do really close your eyes and taste it, do you think it tastes anything like it? Really?
No. Chicken
chicken, no.
It's very...
No.
Salt and vinegar tastes like vinegar, though.
Yeah. That's
anyway,
a standard issue.
Milk.
Anyway,
I love milk.
Milk.
I don't drink it much, but I do love it. I don't think it's good for my food map. I remember Hughesy used to say, don't drink weight, because he remembers getting a lift in his cousin's station wagon, and his cousin was very fat, and the floor was just littered with Big M's.
Yeah.
Because I reckon flavoured milk and milkshakes are a good way to put on weight.
And whack a bit of sugar in there, and you've got it's perfection.
Man, you got a good milkshake. What flavour milkshake would you get? You're chocolate, are you?
Yeah,
I'm banana. I have a banana milkshake. Vanilla, if I know banana.
I always liked Tony Martin's joke. I don't know why I never forgot it, which was he opened, it was a bit of stand-up, he comes out and he goes, "I'm the guy that invented the milk carton."
Yeah.
And it was so successful I wrote a book about it. And then he tries to open the book and he can't open the... Because I now need glasses.
To open the milk.
So all I'm saying to the people out there who make the milk, can you make the open sign? Because it's 50, something like 50-50, I'm going to have a crack. And then you go the wrong end.
Yeah.
open the wrong end. It's not going to close properly in the fridge.
Nah.
Yeah, you
Goes
know,
off.
the rest of the family's going to go, oh, God, who did this? And sometimes I'll go, okay, I'll open it both ends then. I bet both ways. That's even worse. Yeah.
Do you remember getting the milk delivered?
Yes,
the milkman?
that was my job, put the milk bottles out.
Oh, yeah.
Going back
We
there.
had a horse.
Oh, God.
How old are we?
Millennials are tuning out now. Just going, oh.
We had a horse because my brother used to get a lift for the kinder.
Yeah.
But that was in the 70s. The horses were still around the early 70s, apparently.
Yep, that'd be right. You'd hear it coming down the street.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'd have a little crate
Yes.
and put that. How many would you put out? Two or
About
three?
four. I reckon
Yeah.
we had 4 kids, so 4 bottles.
Yeah. And we used to drink milk at school. Did you?
Oh, yeah. We had the milk left out in the sun with the
cream on
green
top.
Yeah.
What do they get now?
No, they don't get that.
Nothing.
anymore. Some schools have breakfast programs for poorer kids and stuff that can't afford it. But
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, but we used to get that milk. They used to sit there curdling up until recess in the sun.
So
Well,
we've got something
okay.
really healthy, wholesome, good.
And Al Capone.
Al Capone, who's dealing in
Well,
underworld.
I need some think time. You
Oh.
know who I met the other day? I met a woman who used to be a Big M girl. She was a Big M girl and a Carlton Bluebird.
She was.
You remember Carlton Bluebirds?
Don't
They
worry,
were the
I'm
cheerleaders?
trying to be woke here. I'm trying to be.
She was a Big M girl.
I can't say anything. I'm not. It's not appropriate.
Have you met Big M girls before? Surely.
Yes.
In the early days of comedy,
Yeah.
girls would come up to you and go, "This is me. And we're Big M girls."
I've got to be honest. When you were young, Big M girls were the
They were up
pinnacle.
there.
They were the
They
pinnacle.
were up there.
Kerry Armstrong.
Was she a Big M girl? She might have been. She was a weather girl.
Well, maybe I got that
Mm.
wrong. Sorry, Kerry, if you weren't. Yeah. So I'm not going to say anything about that.
You've gone to another place.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't want to be a creepy old man.
Hey, but we weren't old men in the 70s and the 80s when Big M girls were at their peak. We were young men.
But now we need it.
Sorry.
Now we need a male equivalent, which Big M boys. Well, that sounds worse. I was a Big M boy.
Oh, Big M boy.
It's like
Now-
when I was a kid, I didn't get a G.I. Joe, I got a Ken doll.
Look, you know what? Women always had AFL players to look at and put on their walls. There was always good-looking AFL players. And women used to talk about them. They still do. So don't worry about it.
I had the Piz Booin girl on my wall.
The what?
Piz Booin.
Who's Piz Booin?
A suntan cream.
Oh, yes.
Piz Burn?
Yeah.
Piz Burn.
Yeah,
Piz Booin.
I know what
Piz,
you mean.
Yeah.
I know what
Anyway,
you
can I make a request
Yeah.
because Al Capone, gangster,
Gangster.
who's your favourite TV gangster? I hope you're going to say someone that I'm...
Tony Soprano?
Yes, okay. Can we have... There's a scene in Sopranos that I really like where his therapist has sacked him, said you can't come back.
Yeah.
He comes back into the room, and the reason she's sacked him, well, not sacked him, but is that he's been telling her about the underworld stuff, and now she's going to get whacked.
That's right.
She's going to get whacked because she knows too much stuff, and they're after her. Great scene, and the way he deals with it matter of factly is just brilliant.
I'm going to work on this problem with the people that pose a threat to you, and I'll take care of it, and you'll be able to come back.
My God. People are going to get murdered, aren't they?
Don't worry about those distractions. You keep your eye on the ball. And I know what you're thinking.
You have no idea what I'm thinking.
You're thinking you're going to go to the cops, but they're not going to help you because you can't give them anything. Don't be stupid, even in the short term. Get the fuck out of town.
Tony Soprano there.
James Gandolfini.
And the female actress is...
I don't know.
She was great.
Sam?
She was in Married to the Mob.
She was very good in that. Those scenes were...
What's the name of the therapist in... Sam, what's the name of the actress who played the therapist in The Sopranos?
Lorraine Bracco.
Lorraine
we love
Bracco,
Sam,
yeah.
but-
Jennifer Melfi was the character, yeah.
Interesting, because Tony Soprano, flawed.
Yeah, flawed. Great
Problems with
character.
the mental illness, and but tough guy all the same.
Oh, yeah, tough guy. Now, what's the connection? Have you got a theory?
I've got a theory, and
Okay,
I
go
don't know.
for it.
I didn't even deduce this, from our discussion. It's kind of they're so far apart. But I'm going to say Al Capone, prohibition. I'm going to say that he used a certain bottling style to bottle his alcohol that was stolen or were used by the milk companies, whatever he did, and they probably still do it to this very day, the way that he set up.
He set up the bottling process.
Bottling process. I know. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you've got to take the milk out of the cows, but
Yeah.
then you've got to bottle it.
I got to say, I think off milk killed him. I know he died of a heart attack, but maybe it was off milk that killed him, put him in the grave.
Interesting.
Sam, what is the connection?
After Prohibition finished, Chicago gangster Al Capone invested in the milk industry. When his brother became sick from drinking off milk, Capone lobbied the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to add expiration dates to milk bottles. And to this day, expiration dates on milk bottles exist thanks in part to Al Capone.
Well done, you got it, really.
Well, not really. I said someone got sick. Well, you kind of got it too, but because of Al Capone, we have use-by dates now on milk. It's incredible.
What's interesting is every time you look at it now, the use-by date, it's going to click Al Capone's. It's going to come into your
Al
head
Capone.
from this show.
So
From our friend
Kristie.
Kristie from the Sunshine Coast.
Let's hope she's not stuck in traffic listening to this. But thank you very much. That was excellent.
Al Capone. There we go. He did some good things. One good thing.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
It is a bit weird though, because what's he done? He's gone. He's seen the milk industry as an opportunity.
Wow.
Would be to launder money, would it?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe laundering money. I don't know. Maybe just like milk.
You get paid cash, don't you? Sometimes?
Occasionally, but I declare it all. But yeah, I've never thought of setting up a milk business to launder my money.
Have you thought of any way you could launder money?
Set up a milkshake shop. Well, people, like in Breaking Bad, they buy a car wash.
Yeah.
You've got to get a big retail outlet. But now with there's a lot of cards and stuff, it's going to be harder and harder to launder money.
I don't use any. I mean,
you don't use cash at all.
Well, I'm just trying. When would you use cash?
Just for small purchases.
But you can buy anything. It's tap and go.
Yeah,
it's more rub.
I know.
It's tapping. It's more rub and go actually, because I find I rub mine. I don't tap it.
Yeah. I wave it. It's more wave and go, like a magic.
But you get embarrassed when you can't find the right bit to rub, and you go. Now there's ones you got to rub on the side,
on the top.
You got to rub on the top. You're going. Well, I didn't know that was the rub.
I didn't know. Or then, if it's over $100, they want your PIN number.
Yeah.
But guess what's gone up since tap and go?
What?
Theft. Credit card theft. Gone through the roof.
But hang on, meaning
that people nick your credit card and they just go tap and go, tap and go, tap and go down the street.
Oh yeah, but that's just actually doing the credit card. It's not actually taking your number and then going out. But
no,
you can. If you lose your credit card, then you just make that phone call to the bank and go, stop it right now.
Yeah. Happened to me the other day. Someone in America had bought $2,000 worth of stuff on my card. But she said, the woman on the end who rang me up from the bank and good on them, said they try out a zero purchase first. She said you can see them trying it out.
A zero purchase?
Well, she reckons it's just people sitting at computers or a bot working out a number that suddenly works for them. And then they'll try a zero purchase somewhere.
And they go big time.
Yeah, they go big time.
So they got your number.
Here with 2G. Well, you got to get a new credit card. The banks can't do anything about it. They just go, you just got to cancel that one and get a new one.
Which I'm surprised I did the other day. Came in about 2 days. I'm not applauding the bank.
I know, it's quick.
It's really quick.
It's quick these days.
And it's you ring the lady. Very nice. She brings it up. She goes, "Oh no, looks all fine. Nothing's happening." Because when you have that terrible feeling where you've lost the credit card, and then you got to trace your. I was driving to the airport one day, and as I'm pulling up to the car park, I look down and I go, "My credit card," because you need the credit card to get to the car park. Bang, 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 bang. By the time I recognised it and I got to the car park, I'd rang back in the day when there was Borders. And I rang Borders in Carlton.
Oh, you left your credit card there.
And I said, did I? And they rang. And then within 2 minutes, they it's here. You can come pick it up.
Wow. There you go.
So I didn't have to cancel it.
That's good, isn't it?
And not a great story. Okay, not a great story. Not a great
but historical,
story.
you mentioned Borders, which I'd forgotten about.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother had his credit card stolen in the 90s, and the police showed him the statement. It was hilarious. The guy had just gone down Chapel Street. Boost Juice had a juice there, got some stuff at Sports Girl. You could see him moving down Chapel Street.
Do you still cover up when you go to a...
No. When I do banking gigs, I always joke to the guys, you spend billions on security, but when I go to the ATM, the best you've got is cover your hand with your other hand.
And do you put blue tack over your camera on your computer?
Yeah, my old partner does, yeah. Yeah, she believes, yeah.
Because my friend who came around for New Year's Eve, she got the email. They said we have footage of you watching greasy, dirty movies.
Really?
Greasy.
Well, that happened to a comic, Joel.
That's how you pick it, though. You pick it that it's not translating very well.
Yeah.
I never heard anyone call porn greasy.
That actually happened to a guy called Joel. He's a British comic, and he came out here for a bit, and it happened to him. They did actually have footage of him because they sent it to him. Of him reacting to...
I've never heard it.
No.
He reckons... I think that's good stand-up. I don't reckon it's...
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know.
Because he probably went, if I was, here's a funny idea of how I'd be...
Do you reckon we're getting filmed now? Should I put my pants back on?
Should I take my underpants off my head?
You should do that.
Hi, I'm Amelia Ball, editor of Halliday Wine Companion magazine, and you can join me for our brand new Halliday podcast as we rummage through cellars and get the experts' knowledge you need to get the most out of your cellar.
Taking a bottle of wine, putting it into a cool, dark place for a long time, crossing all your fingers and toes, and it coming out beautiful.
We recently sold one for $300,000.
Hear the Halliday Wine Companion podcast where you're listening now, or go to winecompanion.com.au.